Legislation of such magnitude deserves the scrutiny that it's received over the last month, and it will receive more because of what we did. Our children can now graduate from 21st century schools, and millions more can do what was unaffordable just last week and get their college degree. And that's why I'm so happy that legislation passed the Senate this week and the House last week to provide more opportunities for Americans to serve their communities and the country.
Just yesterday, we learned that we lost hundreds of thousands more jobs last month, adding to the millions we've lost since this recession began.
For the last 3 months, my administration has taken aggressive action to confront a historic economic crisis. Over the last week, my administration has taken several precautions to address the challenge posed by the 2009 H1N1 flu virus. Healthcare premiums have doubled over the last decade. Deductibles and out-of-pocket costs have skyrocketed, and many with pre-existing conditions are denied coverage. Finally, we've made important progress in the last few weeks on healthcare reform that will control the costs that are driving our families, our businesses, and our government into debt. And the other difficult but important steps that we've taken over the last 6 months have helped put the brakes on this recession. Over the last 12 months, nearly 6 million more Americans lost their health coverage. That's 17,000 men and women every single day. We've certainly made progress on this front since the period last winter when we were losing an average of 700,000 jobs each month. In fact, the insurance industry is rolling out the big guns and breaking out their massive war chest to marshal their forces for one last fight to save the status quo. By doing so, it's added more than 100 jobs over the last few years. But for those who were laid off last month and the millions of Americans who have lost their jobs in this recession, a good trend isn't good enough. Slowed to a relative trickle last month. These are all good signs for the future, but they're a little decade ago, and it was supported by Democrats and Republicans alike, from Ted Kennedy to John McCain. It included the right to an appeals process so you could challenge. We learned that in November, our economy saw its first month of job gains in nearly 2 years. But last month, we lost more than we gained. Now, the last thing we need to do is hand more influence to the lobbyists in Washington, or more power to the special interests to tip the outcome of elections. It's on the verge of collapse and job losses of 700,000 a month. We received another troubling piece of news about our economy. Our economy was shrinking at an alarming rate.